stop. Take a look at this picture for a second. At first glance, what do you see? Some faded words on some ancient parchment? Looks can be deceiving. The truth is, men have fought and died over the mystical 60-second prayer from one of the oldest lost manuscripts known to man in this picture. I'll tell you why in just a second. This manuscript is thought to have gone missing centuries ago in the same region where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. It's been featured in Time magazine numerous times. Researchers from Stanford say it's part of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Certain elites have used the manifesting energy of this ancient 60-second prayer to amass fame and fortune for themselves, accumulate Elon Musk's type of power, or Bill Gates' type billions in brain power. Neuroscientists have proven the prayer can activate an ancient part of the brain to manifest abundance and even improve cognitive function. I'll show you how to do the exact same today. I'll also show you why this prayer is the biggest reason why deep state figures gather yearly in places like Davos, Switzerland, and refuse to let the general public know the details of their discussions, or even allow a reporter in the room. The power of this ancient prayer will flat out shock you. Sharing it with you today will paint a giant target on my back, just as it did when I shared it with over 5,477 people in 34 counties. This little-known, clinically proven prayer will awaken the natural wealth attraction part of your brain to connect with the divine so you can manifest a lifetime of financial freedom and security rapidly. Say goodbye to money worries forever without risking a penny of your money here today. You can also revive your love and connection with your loved ones, or even unlock your brain's full potential. It has nothing to do with the law of attraction or any manifestation methods you've heard of or tried before. In fact, a handful of the so-called manifestation gurus out there are running scared of this ancient prayer, as it goes against much of their core teachings and is 20 times more powerful than the law of attraction. I don't know what I would have done if this miraculous prayer had not come into my life at the most unexpected time. You don't need to be religious for it to work. Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, atheist, it doesn't matter. You won't find this little-known prayer on Amazon or Google. You won't find it on the dark web either. Japanese scientists say this prayer will forever change the way people succeed in life because of how it affects the mind. If you're a little skeptical right now, I totally get that. I was skeptical too. But I know better now. Who am I to make promises like this? Well, my name is Stephen Andrews, and while money worries are a distant memory for me today, and I have long-term security for myself and my family. For most of my life, I struggled with money. Yes, it is true. It was like I was repelling money most of the time. As soon as I had it, it would vanish from my bank account like water on a hot skillet. Maybe you can relate. To make matters worse, I was leading a kind of double life. Not the exciting double life of a secret agent or anything like that, but rather the double life of someone hiding a terrible, embarrassing secret. Sure, on the outside, I looked reasonably successful. I had vacation pictures from white sandy beaches around the world and a decent-looking house. But the honest truth was a whole different story. I was living a lie, hiding a mountain of credit card debt. The balance grew more and more every week. Like a suspicious mole, I was afraid to get checked. To make matters worse, my job as a freelance photographer was hanging by a thread. AI technology was taking a massive chunk out of my income. More and more of what I did could be done with creative AI apps for free, and I was not sure what I was going to do about it. My mind would just seize up when I thought about it. One day, when my mind was whirring with anxious thoughts about how I'd pay my credit card bill that month, my wife Jenny came padding into the bedroom in her pink slippers and dressing gown and gave me some of my life's best and most frightening news.
Stefan, I'm pregnant.
She whispered. She looked excited and worried at the same time as she looked up at me with her doe-like brown eyes. I was overjoyed and hugged and kissed her, but I felt sick to my stomach with fear. I could barely support myself and Jenny on my meager, unpredictable salary. How was I going to cope with another mouth to feed? I jolted awake the next morning after barely getting any sleep. My work phone rang over and over again. My boss wanted some pictures for a story on the Dead Sea Scrolls. If you didn't know, the Dead Sea Scrolls are one of the most important archaeological finds of the last century. The scrolls are a collection of ancient Jewish manuscripts discovered in caves near the Dead Sea between 1947 and 1956. They are considered one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 20th century. I had to take the job because I desperately needed the money. So 2 days later, I found myself on a flight to an airport near the caves of Qumran on the shore of the Dead Sea. I was there to get as many shots as possible for the magazine. My contact there was Rabbi Takov, a history academic and neuroscientist. He would tell me all about the scrolls and what his team of researchers had learned about them over the years. The following day, Rabbi Takov was waiting in the hotel lobby, ready to take me to the caves where the scrolls were found. He looked as I would expect any rabbi to look, dressed in a smart black suit and white shirt, and a full, bushy salt and pepper beard. His eyes had an energy or twinkle I had never seen before, and there was something about the way he looked at me that made me relax, like sinking into a warm bath, like I could breathe for the first time in months. When we arrived at the cave site, Rabbi Takov took me on a tour of where the scrolls were found. I took a number of pictures of him at the cave site. Then he said something very strange.
Before we go any further, I need to say something to you, Stefan. I sense a tension in you, a heavy worry-type energy, like you are under some kind of pressure, like your brain has been dulled.
At that moment, he spoke to me in a sing-song fashion, speaking Hebrew words I had never heard before, and in a split second, I felt more relaxed inside. My mind became calm and clear. All my worries floated away, and my mind felt like a still, crystal blue pond. Rabbi Takov continued to tell me more about how the Dead Sea Scrolls were found.
The scrolls were found in the Qumran caves near the Dead Sea, on the west bank of the Jordan River, where we are standing now. Muhammad ad-Dib, a young shepherd boy, was tending his goats and sheep when one of the animals strayed into a cave. Trying to retrieve it, he threw a rock into the cave to scare the animal out. Instead of hearing the usual sound of a rock hitting the ground, he heard something shatter. Intrigued by the sound, he climbed into the cave and found several large clay jars. Inside the jars were ancient manuscripts wrapped in linen. Not realizing the significance of his find, he took some of the scrolls home. The scrolls eventually caught the attention of experts in Jerusalem, who realized their immense historical and religious significance. Following this initial discovery, archaeologists and Bedouins began systematically searching the Qumran area for more scrolls. Over the next few years, they discovered a total of 11 caves, each containing various manuscripts, bringing the total number of scrolls and fragments to over 900. Time magazine called the Dead Sea Scrolls the most important archaeological find of the century. But there was something they never reported about the Dead Sea Scrolls. What Time magazine never reported is that a number of the archaeologists and Bedouins who had contact with the Dead Sea Scrolls experienced newfound wealth their lives. Money came from the most unexpected places, even though they were poor for most of their lives before. They bought land and property, and no one could quite explain where their money had come from. There were also reports of the poor shepherd who found the scrolls learning how to speak English quickly and easily and coming into money. It was like his mind had been transformed by what he found in the scrolls.
It was an intriguing story. I felt there was a lot more to it. After taking more pictures that day, I went back to the hotel that night and slept like a baby. The strange thing was, nothing had changed. I still had barely a few dollars to my name. My wife Jenny was still pregnant, and I had no idea how I was going to support us. But in the back of my mind, I had this idea everything was going to be okay. I felt the warmth of happiness and optimism swell up in my chest that had not been there in years. The rabbi had done something to me. I had to revisit Rabbi Takov the next day. I needed to know what the sing-song words he had spoken to me had done. When I spoke to the rabbi again, something broke inside. I don't know if it was his soft gaze or his welcoming smile, but my emotional walls came crashing down at that moment. I told him everything, starting with my abusive, supercritical father, right up to my insecurity and fear of money, and the sleepless nights I was having about not being able to support myself or my wife Jenny and our new upcoming baby. After listening for some time, the rabbi spoke.
You are certainly troubled, and your worries and suffering are hard for any soul to bear. But your journey has brought you here, and when I met you, I sensed our paths were meant to cross, that I had a message to share with you that would not only change your life for the better, but thousands of people like you who long for a better life, where they can share the vast abundance the Creator wants us to experience, but that so many are blind to see. What I'm about to tell, I have not shared with anyone, but now is the time to share it. I can feel it in my heart. You know already how the Dead Sea Scrolls are the most important biblical document ever discovered. The hidden truth is, though, the Dead Sea Scrolls are just the tip of the iceberg. There is hidden manifestation power in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Some of the most important texts found in the Dead Sea Scrolls involve prayers, rituals, and spiritual practices that aim to align individuals with divine will, the ultimate source of manifestation. There are more ancient manuscripts or scrolls out there in these caves. Ancient leaders in the Middle East knew this, and they fought each other in multiple battles, looking for these missing scrolls. They knew the power of these missing scrolls for potentially manifesting great wealth and superhuman abilities of the mind. Certain historians say the ancient Battle of Actium in 31 BCE between the armies of Mark Antony and Emperor Augustus was over land near the Dead Sea, which was believed to house missing scrolls. Today's government and elites know the power of missing scrolls from the Dead Sea to attract wealth and supercharge our minds too. It's why the USA government officials created what they call Operation Scroll in 2017. The government put together a secret team dedicated to finding more missing manuscripts or scrolls from the Dead Sea, as they firmly believe there are more missing manuscripts in the area on the east side of the Dead Sea. They employ soldiers who risk life and limb to locate and retrieve these missing manuscripts, often rappelling down cliffs hundreds of feet to look in caves. Just last year, one archaeologist fell to his death while trying to locate one of the manuscripts. Why do they go to such efforts to find more missing pieces of manuscripts from the Dead Sea? Well, it's not just about finding out more about the Bible and its history. It goes deeper than this, much deeper. About 10 years ago, one of the young men in our community found an old earthenware jar, not unlike the same old jars the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in. There was an ancient-looking piece of parchment paper inside it with a prayer on it. The young boy who found the ancient parchment had some strange occurrences happen to him too. People reported him acting different, becoming more articulate and brighter, even finding a new job. After bringing the parchment to me, we believed we had found a small but vital piece of what was known as the missing Book of Covenant. This is an ancient missing manuscript, which is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible in Exodus 24:7. It's one of the missing manuscripts that scholars believe is a missing manuscript from the Dead Sea Scrolls. The ancient manuscript contained a prayer that took 1 minute to recite. After reciting the prayer and seeing positive changes in our group, we gave this prayer to several people in need. One man worked on a local farm in the area. He had always worked hard to support his family, but was struck down with an illness that weakened his body and made it almost impossible for him to work. After saying the 60-second prayer for just 7 days, he gradually felt this strength coming back and was able to work once. He also came up with a new way to manage his farm and 10x'd his income, something he had never done before. We also gave the prayer to another woman in our community whose husband had left her with 3 children and ran away with a younger woman. Again, the prayer created miraculous changes in her life. By complete chance, she won over $30,000 on a scratch-off lottery ticket. This was more than enough to get back on her feet and to move herself and her family into a good area. She also came up with an online business idea from nowhere that helped her later become a millionaire. My team and I were funded by the government to look further into the missing manuscript. We worked on it day and night, examining it in the great detail and the 60-second prayer it contained. They even provided us with an extra team of neuroscientists to help examine the prayer. As our research continued, it became clear this was not just any prayer. Strange things started to happen. Good fortune and good luck started to rain down on members of the research team. Members of the research team came into money in the most unexpected ways. Some had small lotto wins. Some had obscure investments that skyrocketed their wealth. Many saw opportunities to make money that never occurred to them before, like someone had supercharged their brains for the first time ever. But when a few of them turned up to work in gleaming new Lamborghinis, something strange happened. The research operation was shut down. We received a letter warning us not to divulge what we had discovered in our research. I was boiling mad with anger and felt betrayed. After all our work and long, grueling hours, to be cast aside like this was sickening. So what had we discovered that got elites who backed our research so spooked? This one gets even more interesting.
Rabbi Takov explained how the neuroscience team found the ancient prayer opened up the pineal gland, otherwise known as the third eye. When subjects recited the 60-second prayer from the manuscript, the neuroscience team found in the Book of Covenant connected to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Their pineal glands showed less calcification over time. Calcification happens when there's a buildup of calcium in the pineal gland. The buildup blocks the pineal gland over time. You might not know this, but the pineal gland is vital for healthy cognitive function, connecting with the divine source or God, the ultimate source of all abundance. When the pineal gland is open and clear, both sides of the brain can unite and work together. We reach peak cognitive function. Our most valuable asset, our brain, operates at a level it has never reached before, allowing us to see opportunities we never saw before. Our vibration raises, and a pure connection is created between our minds and the divine. It's why the famous 17th century philosopher and scientist René Descartes called the pineal gland, or third eye, the seat of the soul. Ancient spiritual traditions from Buddhism to Hinduism have viewed the pineal gland, or third eye, as a gateway to higher consciousness, intuition, and inner vision. To these traditions, the pineal gland plays a vital role in accessing deeper states of awareness necessary for manifestation. The Catholic Church also recognizes the vital importance of the pineal gland, or third eye, in connecting with the divine. See the picture of a pine cone-shaped pineal gland on the staff the Pope carries with him everywhere. Peer-reviewed scientific research suggests the pineal gland affects how our brain perceives reality. It affects the thoughts and beliefs that shape our reality. A clear pineal gland jumpstarts our intelligence and alters our ability to align with certain outcomes or vibrations. The pineal gland, or third eye, is like the modem, if you will, that helps our brains connect with the universe. Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor, mentioned the pineal gland and its role in manifesting a number of times. He's quoted as saying, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists." Tesla also knew the power of prayer to help us activate the pineal gland and connect to the divine from which all abundance comes. When he said,
"The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power." My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. When the pineal gland is open and clear, as the prayer does for anyone who recites it or even reads it to themselves, there is no limit on what they can attract into their lives. Most people who cannot manifest the life they want have blocked pineal glands. How does it get blocked? How do we get dumbed down and become slave-minded? There are many ways the elites do this.
Rabbi Takov explained how this pineal blockage happens in a number of ways, like 5G technology. 5G radiation accelerates the process of pineal gland calcification. Electromagnetic fields generated by 5G technology stimulate or exacerbate this calcification process, or pineal gland blocking process. This closes or blocks the pineal gland, limiting our connection to the divine source of all abundance, God. Fluoride in water also blocks the pineal gland. The government, controlled by the elites, put fluoride in our water supply. This is something Hitler knew well during World War II, when he was trying to destroy the Jewish people. Hitler wanted to close down the minds of the Jewish people. Yes, Hitler added fluoride to the water in his death camps. He knew fluoride makes people subservient and docile, wrecks their creativity, and even lowers IQ. It's why he flooded Poland's water supply with fluoride before invading. In doing so, he knew he could shut down their pineal glands and prevent people from fighting back or realizing their hopes and dreams. The elites have also tried many times to block information from getting out there about the power of connecting the pineal gland to the divine to manifest abundance. The CIA ran a Stargate experiment for a number of years where they used the pineal gland or third eye of certain subjects to access and read remote locations on maps. They knew the power of the third eye, and after a number of years shut down the experiment and classified the documents. Not wanting the public to find out what was really going on, they knew the power the pineal gland had to help people connect with the divine, allowing them to manifest their deepest desires. The governments who control us could not allow this to happen. How else would they keep the population slave-minded and see themselves as just another cog in a wheel? How else would they keep people in debt and working paycheck to paycheck? While the elites and billionaires of this world live it up on private islands, the answer is that they couldn't, and the elites and governments don't want that today. Rabbi Takov explained how this ancient 60-second prayer clears the pineal gland.
We have used the 60-second prayer multiple times in our community, and even more people saw amazing results. We gave the prayer to a woman who suffered with sciatica for years. She had been crippled with sciatica for a long time. She was barely able to walk with the pain and could hardly sleep. After reciting the 60-second ancient prayer, her pain started to fade more and more until the point where she started to walk more every month. These days, she attributes her miraculous recovery to the 60-second ancient prayer that helped her connect with the healing powers of the divine. She has now gone back to her original career, teaching and dancing.
According to Rabbi Takov, the bottom line is, all wealth is connected to how well your mind works and connects to the universe. Think about it. Your mind conceives what you want. The universe delivers it. Once the bridge to the universe is clear and our brain is working well, there's no limit on what you can attract into your life. This 60-second prayer restores that connection with the universe, with God, with the divine. It allows you to receive your birthright of abundance that comes from God. That's the last thing the church and elites want to happen, though. That's why we were forbidden from sharing the fortune and wealth this prayer can attract in your life. Rabbi Takov continued,
My hands were tied when it comes to sharing this life-changing 60-second ancient prayer. I was forbidden from sharing it. It bothered me for a long time. Then one day, I had an idea. I used the prayer to ask for someone to come into my life who could help me share its power with the world, without putting myself or others in danger for going against what the elites want. That's when you appeared. I knew God or the divine had answered my prayer, and here you are. You can take this prayer away and use it to help yourself, help your family, help others in need like yourself.
Rabbi went into a corner and came back with a piece of paper. He proceeded to read out the 60-second prayer. He guided me in how to say it. I recognized the prayer from the first time I heard it. These were the same words I had heard from him days ago. But as I recited the prayer to myself, I could feel a surge of energy rise up in myself and felt more connected to God or the divine than ever before. On the way home on the plane, I was not sure what to make of it all. A part of me wanted to believe Rabbi Takov, to believe the miraculous power of this prayer. But another part of me thought it was all a hoax of some kind, some fanciful story I'd fallen for. The feelings I had experienced were just some placebo or strange effect from my imagination. When I did get home, my world shattered again, and my anxiety level skyrocketed. There was a final demand notice on the kitchen table. Jenny had left it there for me to read. She was too stressed to handle it. This final demand to pay the $22,897 arrears on the mortgage was the last letter we would receive before we would be evicted. I didn't know what to do, so I did the only thing I could think of. I played some online poker in my bedroom, hoping to win just a few hands, and I ended up losing $430. That night, my stomach was doing somersaults with anxiety. What was I going to tell Jenny? When I thought about the rabbi and his 60-second wealth prayer, I felt a twisting surge of anger in my chest. I felt like a fool for listening to him. But then, my phone in the corner bleeped. It was a notification of payment from my PayPal account, $500. That was strange. A few months previous, I had set up a small website where I had posted some photographic prints for sale. I got only a measly amount of traffic to the site at the time and forgot about it, until I saw a sale come in from someone who had just purchased one of my prints. 2 months later, I was offered a gallery show for my photographs, with an advance upfront of $50,000. 2 months after that, some obscure penny stock I'd invested in ended up skyrocketing in value 200-fold, netting me over $750,000. A wave of uncontrollable joy washed over me, leaving me breathless and grinning like a fool. I paid off our mortgage in full, which felt incredible. And then, 8 months later, the best gift ever came into my life. Better than all the money and wealth in the world. A beautiful new baby boy. And all the while, I took just 1 minute a day to recite the 60-second prayer. I also realized how this level of luck and good fortune happening to a guy like me did not really prove it would work for other people. So we decided to test it on a group of family and friends, making sure to pick those who had always struggled with money or who were down on their luck when it came to money. We were not sure what to expect, but the results blew our minds. One of my close friends, Andrea, was a photographer and fine artist. She had no steady work, though, and always struggled with money. After reciting the 60-second prayer for just 1 week, her luck was transformed. She came up with a new way of taking photographs that never occurred to her again. It completely transformed her business. Clients started coming from everywhere. It was like her brain was creating amazing ideas from nowhere. A wealthy businessman had come across one of her art pieces online and bought her entire collection. He also recommended her to his wealthy business friends, and she is now making an amazing living from her work. My wife's brother Jonathan worked as an agent for actors for years, but had always struggled to sign any talent. We gave the 60-second prayer to him, and within a week, one of the actors on his books landed a massive film role, netting him a massive 6-figure commission. Last time we talked, he was in talks with a big acting star. An amazing neighbor of ours, Karen, suffered a massive body blow to her confidence when her husband left her for a woman half her age. She went on dating apps but never found anyone who would commit to her and make her feel special. After a month of saying the 60-second prayer, she connected with a man almost by accident who turned her world upside down in a good way. He's the love of her life, and they are getting married soon. All these people were using the 60-second prayer to target the most important part of the brain when it comes to uniting both sides of the brain, raising our vibration and connecting to the universe or the divine so their wishes could come true. We set up a small Facebook group after this and shared the 60-second prayer with more and more people. We were then inundated with stories coming through from people who had transformed their finances with this prayer. People who have struggled with excess weight all their lives shed excess pounds effortlessly. People who connected with their soulmate after giving up on meeting someone in their life. Because of the speed at which wealth and abundance came into their lives, we decided to name the prayer the Prosperity Prayer. Here are 8 compelling reasons to get the Prosperity Prayer working in your life today. Number 1, it attracts prosperity into your life quickly and easily after clearing and opening up your pineal gland. 60 seconds is all it takes. As soon as you recite the words, it starts to work. Number 2, you will wake up the mega millionaire inside you from now on. Other people can get stuck in gridlock traffic, while you are free to get up when you want and live life on your own terms. Number 3, you will become a money attraction machine while others get into debt paying for college courses, or take on second jobs just to pay bills. You can just sit back and let the Prosperity Prayer draw wealth and abundance to you like honey attracts bees. Most people will work themselves into an early grave chasing money, losing money on investments like crypto schemes that suck all their money away. They work overtime or long hours just to have enough money to cover their expenses. Number 4, it's 20 times faster than the law of attraction. Some try desperately to get the law of attraction to work for them, but without the pineal gland being open, your vibration rising, and a clear link being open to the divine, the law of attraction simply won't work for most people. Number 5, your life becomes easier. Without the Prosperity Prayer, it's really hard to get ahead. Some expense or bill will always surface that will keep you from having the wealth and abundance you want and deserve. It's a rigged game, rigged by the elites. They have the money to buy assets every year that go up in value. Meanwhile, inflation erodes the buying power of your salary every month. Number 6, you become fearless. Most people do not have job security, and their paychecks could disappear at any minute. They live in fear and anxiety. One of the beautiful added benefits of the prosperity prayer is that an open pineal gland will clear and connect both sides of the brain. This will automatically help you balance your emotions and reduce any anxiety you are feeling. As the money comes flooding in, you will feel calmer and more at peace. Number 7, your IQ can improve. Because an open pineal gland connects the two parts of your brain for the first time ever, your brain power can actually increase. This explains why some people smash through problems and obstacles that have been holding them back for years, for themselves and others. A better functioning mind has other benefits, too. Number 8, love can manifest at last. Many people who were single and had given up on finding someone end up connecting with that elusive soulmate they never thought they would meet. Those in relationships find themselves developing deeper, more intimate bonds with their family members. I get letters all the time with stories like these that warm my heart, and they do something even more profound for me. They confirm for me that my purpose in life right now is to spread the word to as many people as possible about the power of the prosperity prayer. Margaret Hodgins, San Francisco, USA, explains.
I never considered myself a lucky person, but that's all changing since I got the prosperity prayer. I found money on the ground the first week I used the prayer. Then, a week later, I won over $500 on a scratch card. I'm also feeling more relaxed and carefree than ever before in my life about money. I can't wait to see what happens next.
And there's even more good news. The prosperity prayer works in 3 easy steps. Step number 1, when you wake up in the morning, have your morning coffee or breakfast, whatever you normally do. Step number 2, then simply pop on a pair of headphones and listen to the 60-second prayer with special neurotropic sounds in the background that open up your unconscious mind and help you maximize the positive vibration effect of the prayer. Step number 3, then simply go about your day. Your unconscious mind will be working in the background, allowing the prayer to have a healing, miraculous effect on your mind. Your inner reality will change, and after a while, you will notice your outer reality changing too. New opportunities and fortunate events will start to materialize in your life. And just a quick word of warning, the opportunity to see money like this coming into your life will not be around forever. Rabbi Javik and I have already received some sinister letters about this prayer getting out there. We already had one break-in at our office, and some of our computers were destroyed. We have already received legal letters that could tie us up for years, trying to block this wealth attraction prayer from getting out there. So, it's only a matter of time before this site could be taken down. That's why it's so crucial that if you even think the prosperity prayer could be right for you, make sure to claim your copy today before leaving this site. So, you might be wondering, how much for the prosperity prayer? Well, let me tell you first of all, this is not about money for me. I have more than enough money never to have to work again. The team that runs and supports the prosperity prayer needs to be paid, though. There are also costs associated with keeping the site up and running. Let me ask you this. How much is effortlessly attracting wealth and abundance into your life worth? To have other people crawl to work every day in gridlock traffic, and have a boss breathing down their neck for results while you have money and opportunities floating towards you naturally, with enough money in the bank not to have to worry about it ever again, to eat out in the best restaurants and stay in the most exotic holiday locations, to live in your dream home, to never worry about having enough money for yourself or your family ever again, to spend your days with your family and doing your favorite hobby or just goofing off on exotic vacations just because you can, to send your kids to private school and never have to worry about how you will support them, or to give money to your favorite charity. It's very hard to put a price on all that. It's hard to put a price on a divine gift. It's hard to put a price on aligning with your true potential. People who have used the prosperity prayer to attract wealth and good fortune into their lives have told me I should charge at least $10,000 for the prayer. But I couldn't do that. I know that charging that kind of price would make this prayer inaccessible for thousands of people. And that's not what this prayer is about. This prayer is about giving regular people a wealth attraction secret the elites want to keep for themselves, so you don't have to invest $10,000 today, or half of that, or even half of that again. All you need to get the amazing benefits from the Prosperity Prayer today is $39. How do you access the Prosperity Prayer? It couldn't be easier. Just hit the Instant Access button below, and you will be taken immediately to a 100% secure order page that uses the same encryption security software as Amazon. After you enter your information, you will be given immediate access to the Prosperity Prayer. This is a digital product. There's nothing to wait for in the mail. There are no delivery fees you would normally get, so you get immediate access, which means you can start benefiting from the Prosperity Prayer as soon as today. And don't worry, your purchase is 100% risk-free. You risk nothing. Start listening to the Prosperity Prayer to attract wealth and abundance into your life. And if, in the unlikely event, you don't like it for any reason or no reason at all, simply contact us for a full refund anytime in the next 60 days. No quibbling and no questions asked. Just a full and complete refund. As you've come this far, I know you are serious about manifesting a brighter future for yourself. That's why I want to give you some fast action bonuses for claiming Prosperity Prayer today. The first fast action bonus number 1 is Millionaire Mind Hacks. After becoming a millionaire and spending a lot more time with millionaires in the last year, I noticed 3 core beliefs all millionaires have. These 3 beliefs from my research are the biggest causal factor in their wealth. The good news is, you can install these beliefs into your subconscious mind, and they work beautifully alongside the Prosperity Prayer. You also get instant cash manifestation. Sometimes you just need a quick cash injection into your life. You need money for a medical bill or car repayment, and you need it now. This manifestation technique is great for manifesting small by significant sums of cash for your needs in a hurry. You're going to love how rapidly this brings much-needed cash flow flooding into your bank account. Joanna, a small online business owner, says,
I never made any money from my online business. I'd put in a stack of hours and never get paid myself because no sales would come in. After using instant cash manifestation, that all changed. I saw a $450 sale on my first day. I can barely keep up with the fulfilling the orders right now.
And you get Warren Buffett's Wealth Secrets. You're going to have a lot more money flowing into your bank account very soon. You can't just leave all that money in your bank account, making no interest. You will need to look at investment options. And who better to get tips on investing than Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor? Inside this instantly downloadable report, you will get instant access to Warren's top investment secrets for growing your money rapidly. I also want to give you the Wealth Chakra Code. You might be familiar with chakras. They are spinning wheels of energy inside our bodies that link the spirit world. Most are connected with emotions here on Earth too, like feeling safe and attracting love. But there is also an 8th chakra. People don't talk about much. This 8th chakra is commonly known as the Wealth Chakra. It helps us attract wealth and good fortune faster than working with any other chakra. This chakra is also dormant in most people. This recording will help you open this Wealth Chakra and start to attract wealth and abundance. Remember, all these bonuses are free for being a fast action taker today. And Prosperity Prayer and these bonuses are all 100% risk-free today. If in the unlikely event you are not happy for any reason or no reason, simply send me a quick email for a no quibble, no questions asked refund. You also get to keep all the bonuses, so you have nothing to lose. Hit the instant access button and download all the Prosperity Prayer and all the bonuses today. Listen for the next 21 days, and you will start to experience what I call a miraculous moment. This is a moment when you wake up and realize everything is going to be okay, that your money worries are no more. You feel light as a feather as you realize your reality has shifted. You are now in a new reality, where abundance in all its forms, health, money, and love, all appear in your life effortlessly. I can't wait for you to experience what life is going to be like in this blissful state. You've 2 choices right now. These choices will have a big impact on your life. Option number 1, not recommended. Close the page here and forget everything you've seen. Go on with your life as it is. Sure, you can do that, but ask yourself, where will you be in 6 weeks and 6 months from now? If you're anything like the people who contact me every day, you will be in the same place you are today. Working too many hours for too little pay, struggling to keep up with the cost of living and worrying about what would happen if you lost your job and were unable to pay the mortgage or rent. Having to live with the embarrassment of not living up to your potential and being the provider you could be for yourself or your family. You also have option number 2, recommended. Take a risk-free decision to get the prosperity prayer today. Watch as your life transforms, where money and opportunities start to appear in your life as if by magic. Your friends and family will look on with amazement as you become carefree and relaxed about money. Some will even look on with jealousy at your new life, where you only seem to work when you want, but have a lavish lifestyle they only dream about. Your mind will feel much sharper too as you smash through obstacles and problems that might have held you back for years. You'll feel like you've tapped into a kind of higher intelligence that always kept you from being all you could be before. Now, you feel limitless in your abilities to manifest the life you want. Hit the instant access button and download Prosperity Prayer today. You are seconds away from fulfilling all your potential and living a life of abundance. You can let other people crawl along in rush hour traffic every day. They work themselves to the bone only to come out with a measly paycheck every month that disappears like candy at a kid's party. Do not come back to this page and find it gone, along with your opportunity to live the life of your dreams a few months from now. Hit the instant access button below now and claim the life you were meant to live, where money worries are a thing of the past, and you never stop to think about the cost of anything anymore. Do it now while it's fresh in your mind. I'll see you on the other side. Still here? Maybe you have some questions. Here are some of the more common ones we get. What is the Prosperity Prayer? The Prosperity Prayer is an ancient prayer found in one of the ancient missing manuscripts from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It acts like a code for opening up and clearing your pineal gland to raise your vibration, connect to the universe, and attract the life you crave. It has also proven effective in neuroscience experiments. People also ask, what can I use the prayer for? The prayer can be used to create a bridge to the divine and to attract wealth, love, and even vibrant health. Its impact on opening the pineal gland or the third eye is what makes it all possible. Mike from Portland, Maine asks, how soon will I see the results? You will be given immediate access to the Prosperity Prayer as soon as you hit the instant access button below. There is nothing to be mailed out to you, nothing to wait for. Prosperity Prayer starts acting straight away on your pineal gland, allowing you to start attracting the life of your dreams immediately. Sarah from London, UK asks, how do I use the Prosperity Prayer? Using the Prosperity Prayer could not be easier. Just pop on a set of headphones on in the morning and listen to it for 7 minutes. After that, just get on with your day. Then, just watch as abundance and wealth come flooding into your life. William from Sydney asks, will the Prosperity Prayer help me win at the casino? It's impossible for me to guarantee that this will help you win at the casino or in other games of luck. Many Prosperity Prayer customers have, however, written in with stories of amazing luck they have had at various games of chance. Georgina from Austin, Texas asks, how do I know this will work when other methods of using the law of attraction have not worked in the past? The Prosperity Prayer has nothing to do with the law of attraction. However, it does work 10 times faster than the law of attraction. Prosperity Prayer reopens a connection between your mind and the divine, helping you attract more wealth and abundance into your life effortlessly. You may be wondering, are my payment details safe? Your payment details are secure at all times. We use ClickBank as the payment processor. They use the same 236 encryption protection payment security as Amazon. Your details are secure at all times. Samuel from Florida asks, is there a guarantee? In the unlikely event you are not happy with Prosperity Prayer for any reason or no reason, simply let us know, and you will receive an immediate refund. No questions asked. This if even think Prosperity Prayer could be right for you. Why you need to act now? Here's why. We have already received letters from elites threatening to have this site taken down. There is no guarantee it will be here if you come back again. Don't spend another day with less money, wealth, and health than you deserve in life. Hit the instant access button right now and claim your Prosperity Prayer and free bonuses today.